I bet you one of the most extreme sports in Harare is buying a phone, especially if you're looking for a brand new one. You have refurbs being sold as brand new, used phones, not even refurbished ones, also being sold as new, like the Pixel 8 Pro I'm using to film this video, and even imitations that just look like the real deal for the untrained eye. And because it's Harare, you're paying the price of a brand spanking new phone for all of these, except for imitations. Those ones always have suspect pricing. So, where do you actually buy a brand new phone without getting scammed? In Harare. I've got a couple of spots where you can buy a brand new phone and avoid these landmines. And I'll put a strong disclaimer that these places are not the only ones that are safe to buy from, but just the few that I'm aware of and I've also dealt with. So let's go! Itel, Tecno and Infinix brand shops are the best places to buy any of these phones. Brand shops are often ones that only sell the same stuff, so an Itel shop that only sells Itels is an example. You'll get the good stuff there. Techzim is also another reliable place. You can get Itel and Samsung smartphones there, and if you're a Samsung fan, they already have the Z Fold 7 and Z Flip 7. Impressive turnaround time. They also do ZTE, Infinix, Tecno and Redmi smartphones. Goldtech is also another decent retailer with a pretty good selection from Itel, Tecno and Infinix to Apple, Samsung, Xiaomi and Huawei. Solution Center not only sells Apple products, but they are also the only Apple certified retailer and service center in Zimbabwe. And genuinely, some of the money people are spending to buy second-hand iPhone 15s and 16s is probably $100 less than getting a brand new one with a warranty. Spellbound Electronics is another certified reseller and service center, but this time around for Huawei and Honor smartphones. They sell Apple, Samsung, Huawei, Honor, Google, and Nokia smartphones and have some rogue discounts that can save you a pretty penny. I know this because I have bought a bunch of phones from there. More than I care to admit. You are also pretty safe buying smartphones from big retailers like TV Sales or Edgars. They will be a bit more expensive, but because these stores offer in-store credit for their customers, that might make it easier for some of you to get some of those phones cheaper monthly. Alright, so why would you care where you buy these phones? Couldn't I just import one from the UK, the USA, South Africa, China, or Dubai? Those are options too, aren't they? Yes. They most certainly are. You will get an authentic brand new phone if you get it from these places. That said, there are some technicalities that you'll need to be mindful of before clicking the buy button. When smartphones are made, most manufacturers will make different versions of the same model for different parts of the world. For example, iPhone 15 and 16 models made for the US do not have a physical SIM slot. They exclusively use eSIMs. But the same phones sold everywhere else in the world have the option of a physical SIM and an eSIM. Some phones will also have network bands specific to the country they're made for. So, you might buy a Xiaomi or a Samsung made for the Indian market, bring those phones to Zimbabwe, and have all sorts of network issues like the phone being stuck on a slower 3G connection even though it supports 4G, or a very unstable network connection. It will be a genuine phone bought from a genuine place with a warranty, but there is a risk that it might not perform well here since it was made for a different country. Buying from these places I mentioned earlier removes that bit of risk. The smartphones sold by these retailers are for this region and will work perfectly without any issues. And, well, if they do have issues, the same retailers have a service center to help fix them. All that said, sometimes high risk gives high rewards. There is an opportunity to strike some really good deals with refurbished and in some cases used smartphones. This Google Pixel 8 Pro costs around $540 brand new from places like Spellbound, and I got mine lightly refurbished for $450, which is a $90 saving, and I was lucky enough to get one that's in good working order, as long as I ignore the terrible battery life. There is a full review of it linked in the description. It's really cinematic. You should watch it. If you're willing to take the risk, or you're just friends with a buddy who's good with tech, there are opportunities to get great bargains in the used and refurbished market. And for those who just didn't know where to go buy an authentic brand new phone from the box with no surprises, you've got a couple of places to start with. And again, this is not an exhaustive list, it's just the shops that I've dealt with. If you found this one useful, share it with as many of your peeps, and don't forget to sponsor me with some likes and subs. I'll see you in the next one.